So,
See this picture of Violet on the Christmas tree.
that's good. That a good picture. That nice.
It's nice, isn't it?
That's good.
I thought I'd show you that.
Hello, and welcome to the Special Moves podcast. This is the New Year's special. Don't know what number it is. I haven't worked it out really. Christmas is gone. Christmas is behind us. Forget Christmas.
Yeah.
That is my order. To you.
No.
No.
The only remnants of Christmas are whatever celebrations you've got left in the tub.
Yeah.
And whatever food you've got left from Christmas dinner.
And
I'm
whatever
wearing
gift you got.
I'm wearing a red T-shirt, but do not get it twisted. This is in no way festive. This just happens to be a red T-shirt.
And we're just wearing the same clothes that we wore for podcast 16 for no reason at all.
Time travel.
Yeah. Let's move on. So this is going to be a podcast about looking forward to the year ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at things that are going to happen, games that are going to come out, things that we're looking forward to, things that we are not looking forward to, things that we predict we think will happen.
Oh, okay.
Etc.
I'll
Etc.
have to quickly reach for the
Quickly
list.
have a look at your phones, lads.
there's
Very professional setup. This. We have already recorded one podcast today. We've all got fresh coffees though.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 4 o'clock in the. Well, I'm going to say evening now because it's winter.
And it's dark.
It's dark.
We've just been talking about films.
Yeah, I've been talking about films. Had a nice chat. We've been chatting a lot today. Been a busy old day. But
you're not here for that, are you?
No, you weren't.
You're here for this chat.
Let's imagine that we're recording this live on New Year's, whenever this goes out. This is the New Year's podcast. What day?
1st of Jan? I don't know what the day is.
Is it going to be? It goes out on the Monday. I don't know what day the Monday is. Anyway, this is all very immersion breaking for anyone.
This is the best first podcast of 2019.
Yeah, this
is our year, baby.
Well, I don't know
boy.
if it will be the first podcast of 2019, but it will be either the very first of 2019 or the very last.
The
of
first
2018.
Monday of 2019 is a 7th of January.
Right, so it's not. It's in fact going to be the last podcast of 2018.
Because New Year's Eve is the 31st of December.
Thank God for looking at your calendar there, Liam. If only I had some sort of laptop in front of me that I could do that with.
Fucking year of the spesh.
All this technology,
Year of the
we can't even bring up a calendar.
So, let's jump in to, things that we want to see, first of all. What are we looking forward to most in the great year of 2019? I'm sure it's going to be a banger.
Yoshi the game.
Oh, there's a lot in 2019,
Okay, let's move on. Yoshi the game. Elaborate.
Right.
Tell me more.
Right. It all started a long time ago. Super Mario World, right? It was great advancement on the Mario formula.
Yeah.
In the sense that it had a banging soundtrack. You got Yoshi in it, or Yoshi.
Mario is a top Yoshi on the little artwork that was on the cartridge.
Yep.
And you're like, who's this green boy?
Of Yoshi?
Little Yoshi as well. I don't know. It was, as far as I'm concerned, though.
Yeah, certainly in the West, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because I had the sort of... I think, on the Game Boy, there was like Mario World 2 and the 6 coins or whatever, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And no, I guess that was after that. But yeah, I had Mario on the NES with Duck Hunt. Yeah, I played it retrospectively. I didn't have it when it came out because I was about 2. But I played it. I played them in chronological order. Believe it or not, I played Super Mario Bros. 1,
Gotta get
2,
that story.
and 3 with the raccoon suit or Tanuki suit.
Tanuki.
Then me and my mum and dad played this game, and for what seemed like forever, because games were quite short back then.
Yeah.
But it's had a save system, an overworld, and all that. And Yoshi, because this is what this is about. I forgot. I did. Yeah. Anyway, Yoshi. Yeah, he's a cool green dinosaur and that. And Mario rides around on him, kind of just disposes of him. When you don't need him anymore, what do you do? Fling him into a pit.
He's kind of like a life, isn't he? Really,
when you need that extra jump, you can sort of just as Jake said, throw him into the abyss and
then
propel yourself to victory.
But if you get hit, you don't. You just lose Yoshi.
Yeah, basically, you get dismounted, and then
Yeah.
Yoshi runs around like a headless chicken. You jump back on him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, I want to know more about this little green guy. Then on the Game Boy Advance, a couple of years later, they started making these Yoshi games, and they were pretty good. You had all different coloured Yoshis that had different powers and stuff.
Yeah.
There was the one on the SNES as well with the baby Mario.
Yeah, there was. So
I can't remember what it was called though.
Maybe that's the version that I played, but on Game Boy, that they must have maybe ported
They did do
over.
quite a lot of that, like SNES games to GBA.
Because
they did a lot of that.
It did remind me of Super Mario World style arc. Anyway, I had an interesting style. And then they made Yoshi's Woolly World. Basically, they're just 2D platformers. Okay. But this one's just called Yoshi. It kind of looks like Yoshi's Woolly World. I think they were going to call it Yoshi's...
Or cardboard?
It's cardboard, and it's called it was going to be called Yoshi's Crafted World, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm into a good 2D platformer. None of them are as good as Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, but they have great art styles. I'm just kidding, because of course Donkey Kong Country 1 is the best. But yeah, this is a game where it looks like it's not just going from left to right.
I can't tell you how much this patter is just like washing off me. I do not know what you're on about. I don't know if that was a joke. Are you joking? Is it a tropical freeze?
It's for the heads that know, and it doesn't matter
Yeah,
if you
but
know
I
or
do
not.
not.
You're not the audience, so who cares? But Yoshi, the game, is a game where you're on this 2D thing, but then it starts going a bit fairs, a bit 3D. You get to go into the backgrounds and stuff like that. Listen, it ticks all the boxes what you want in a Nintendo game. Has it got good music? From what I've heard, absolutely.
Yeah.
Has it got a good art style? Fucking yes. Is it a 2D platformer?
It's not just yes, everyone. That's a fucking yes.
Yeah, and you've got the cute Yoshi with that little noise. That's the best I can do.
Who can forget?
Who can forget? Do you know what? It's great. That was all right.
That's good.
Iconic.
So yeah, basically, it's just got this Yoshi thing that I wanted. It's got the good music. It's got the sounds. It's got like a cool 3D world. That Nintendo were always toying with this idea of let's make stuff paper.
Yeah.
Let's make stuff cardboard. Yeah. Why? But anyway, they've gone and they were doing a wool thing. Weren't working out for them. Now they've gone back to cardboard. I don't know what it is about it. Yeah, but just look at it. It just looks very comforting, very enjoyable. And I play a lot of games with as you always say, shooting. I can't do your impression of you, but the closest I can get is shooting people in the face. And I don't want to do that on this occasion. I want to play a nice game with a lot of green and brown in it, and a lot of.
I'm sorry, I say that so often that you wanted to do an impression of me saying it.
No, you don't. You say it about 3 times, but it's so iconic that I've had to just jack it. And also, I don't want to be accused.
Very well ducked under that.
And also,
it's just so iconic, Mike.
And also, I don't want to be accused of patter theft. So I want to fully disclose.
Because I'm on red alert for that shit.
Exactly. So you know what I mean. Anyway. So weirdly, and I didn't even think that this was going to be coming out of me, I'm like a man possessed. Yoshi is what I want to see this year, big time, and Animal Crossing. Anyone else excited for Animal Crossing?
that little footnote. That was 6-7 minutes of Yoshi and Animal Crossing. Right,
I don't want to go down some fucking rant about that as well, because I just talked too much.
Listen, you've said enough sentences now.
Does anyone else want to play Animal Crossing?
I'm going to look at Liam. I'm just going to look at Liam and ask Liam a question.
I'll play Yoshi, but not.
Liam,
I've never been an Animal Crossing
please say
guy.
something except Yoshi.
Right.
What are you looking forward to this year, mate?
The month of January as a whole, basically.
Very good answer.
It is mad for games that I like. Starting with the 15th of January.
Yeah.
Onimusha Warlords HD Remaster. If you've not played Onimusha, it's Resident Evil but with samurai.
Yeah, Onimusha is
fucking good.
Quietly, very, very good series.
One of the best PS2
forgotten.
series.
Yeah.
So that's coming out, and it's good to see Capcom giving that series some much needed love and attention.
I hope it's a decent
Switch love as well.
I hope they scrub it up quite nicely. And
you can see some pictures on the Nintendo Store of it.
Yeah, well,
until
it's been played.
It looks quite nice from for trailers and stuff like that. And then
I want a Digital Foundry report on it, boys.
And then what else we got? 18th of January, got a double bill for me. We got Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown, which yes, I do like a bit of a jet simulation, arcade fighter, whatever it is.
Actually, Dylan's pick of E3 2017.
It was.
For those that can't
because it
remember.
looked so good.
It
Because the last Ace Combat game was Ace Combat Assault Horizon, and it was not like the older ones at all, which annoyed a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was more aimed at the Call of Duty audience with lots of. It was basically Transformers with jets.
Yeah.
Which is Transformers anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm
apparently
that.
Side note, apparently that new Transformers.
Bumblebee.
Not as upsetting as all the other Transformers.
It's because it's embraced it. It looks like an 80s film.
And also it's got John Cena, who seems to be a very nice guy.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like...
Yeah, weirdly, you said this about 2 hours ago.
Yeah, in a different podcast.
But for people listening to this, that was 2 weeks ago, so it doesn't seem that bad.
But I just want to put it out there. I don't know. I'm not a wrestling dude. I'm not,
Yeah.
Last time I saw John Cena, I think I was 12. But
he's been invisible ever since.
Exactly, but he's right. I'm not even. That's great, right?
Yeah.
But he's now doing a load of promo stuff because he's doing films and that now, like most wrestlers do.
And he seems to be one of them charismatic ones.
Exactly, and a stand-up dude.
He's got the sauce.
He passes all the tests, man. Makes fun of himself.
Yeah,
right.
Muscle-bound dude.
Basic muscle-bound huge guy.
Yeah,
but it doesn't point out the fact. He just has fun with it. You know, he's not like
these guns. They're on safety. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a bit dad humour, that, though, isn't it? It's a bit like... There's going to be a lot of that, because there's a lot of lads going to gym now, aren't they? So when they're all dads, There's going to be a lot of dad muscle jokes in the next 10
Don't
years.
worry, don't worry. The safety's on.
I forgot what I was talking about now, so carry
Liam
on.
was on. Actually, Liam was on about Ace Combat. I think.
I was, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
We're
'cause-
talking about John Cena's arms.
It's because I was trying to compare the last Ace Combat game to a Michael Bay film, and that sort
Of
of
course,
led to
yeah, right.
Transformers.
Thank you.
Right,
you.
yeah.
Sorry, Liam.
But on the same, sort of actually related to wrestling, but not really. This is a weak ass segue.
Go on,
but
go on, go
You've
on.
done the best with what you've been given,
yeah.
which is quite frankly shocking.
On the same day as Ace Combat 7, Travis strikes again. No more heroes, because the main character Travis is a wrestling fan.
All right.
So I did say it was a weak segue.
That was actually sick. That was good. This is a game. Do you
That's amazing.
I
tried to play it.
queued for this
Yeah.
at Nintendo.
That's the
booth.
most tenuous segue.
I know.
Travis is a wrestling fan.
So,
Amazing.
Yeah, I tried to play this game at EGX,
Yeah.
and the guy who, because we played Dark Souls for a bit, Jake was going to go on Dark Souls, and I was going to go on this.
Right.
And the guy playing it just would not leave the demo booth, and he got
okay.
told like twice by two
Yeah.
different people, because
Yeah.
it was two different people.
Yeah.
They didn't, and he was just like, yeah, I'm done. But he never finished. So I beat
Genius.
I beat the Asylum
Say,
Demon.
okay, I'm going. And don't go.
Yeah. I beat the Asylum Demon on Dark Souls Switch before this guy even went anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never got a chance to play it, but I like the No More Heroes games,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to that one, because
Yeah.
it's a series that has been sort of in hibernation for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's had
sure.
a big queue at EGX, right? Which is
Surprisingly
weird.
big, yeah.
Right, on the Switch, yeah. Honestly now, correct, guys, tell me if I'm chatting shit, yeah? But from what I remember, that area where we were, the Nintendo Switch third-party shit,
Yeah.
the biggest queues were for, well, what looked like Dark Souls, but it was actually for this,
Yeah.
and Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then, well,
More
they
than
had
anything
a
else.
fatal error of only having one unit
Yeah.
for Untitled Goose Game. And
Yeah.
so there's a massive queue for it. So if they'd had like 2 or 3 more,
Yeah.
then, you know.
Half the queue.
Yeah,
Think
exactly.
about it.
Yeah.
Even the
Maths.
Nintendo reps were amazed how many people wanted to play Goose Game
I feel like that's chronic an appreciation for
for Goose Game,
it's
which
like,
is a game
for
I'm looking
geeks
forward
it's,
to.
it's looking at something and not realizing how potentially
Yeah.
like massively meme worthy and
If you
and
see that
YouTube video it'll be.
trailer, it's that was
Yeah,
going to
it's like
get
Goat
big.
Simulator syndrome
It
or whatever,
is,
innit,
yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Okay, so what
And,
else we got, mate? What,
Continuing the year of Capcom, apparently. Resident Evil 2 remake on the
Yeah.
25th of January.
that's huge.
Big.
Isn't
Probably my most anticipated game of the year, actually.
it? PC,
Yeah.
PS4, and Xbox One, so
Yep.
everyone gets a thing unless you're on
And
Nintendo.
it just looks amazing.
Yeah.
As a massive Resident Evil 2 fan, it's one of my favourite games of all time.
Yeah.
This looks like everything I could have wanted out of a remake.
Well, so far, I'll be honest, out of everything you've said, this is the first one that I think day one, maybe, for me.
It's automatic
Resident Evil
day one for me.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
I have to get that.
Yeah.
I can't ignore it.
This is the real big one in January for me anyway, and it's quite a busy month as you.
It is,
point
yeah.
out, and it's not over yet, baby.
It's not. And then finally, rounding out January for me, Kingdom Hearts 3. The final instalment of the Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
trilogy.
how many years in the making? About
75.
2007 it was announced. So, yeah, about 12 years later,
Yeah.
Fucking
we finally
hell.
get it. Because it was
I mean-
announced the same time as Final Fantasy Versus 13,
Which
went on to become Final Fantasy 15.
yeah,
And yeah, we're finally getting it 12 years later.
You already had a
and
little go at that as well.
I did. Got to play this at EGX. Played it twice, actually.
yeah,
And yeah, it was everything I could have wanted.
yeah. So
Really
far,
good.
So far, we've had. What are you looking forward to in 2019? We've had Yoshi the entire month of January.
Pretty much.
I don't know what I'm going to pick. I'm going to join in your theme though. There, we're not going to go through.
Which
like,
one?
month by
Yoshi
month.
or...
No.
Oh. Okay.
Capcom is killing it in 2019, is all I
They,
can say.
they are! Fucking
Yeah.
Capcom.
And that's
Yeah.
not even counting Devil May Cry 5, which is out in March.
Yeah. Which there's a demo for now.
Which I've played that demo.
Yeah.
And yep, again, completely sold me on that game.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
It looks like. I mean, there's nothing. I haven't got a single question mark over this, and that's it just looks. All of it's been so slick. So it's quite cheesy and like voice acting
Yeah,
stuff. But that's
it's cheesy, but it fully embraces the cheesiness.
yeah, it comes with the territory and like the animation style and stuff. But the actual the gameplay and everything, it just looks
Gameplay
like
solid. Like
yeah,
from that demo I played, the amount of, if you've played Devil May Cry 4, you'll immediately feel at home
Yeah.
with this one.
yeah.
It's just great. It was great.
So I reckon I just want to say as well. So jumping on Liam's theme of January being packed, February is also pretty packed. You got we're not going to go through month for month, but you got Anthem, which is a big one. It's big, but not good.
I didn't say that.
What were we talking about? Was that Anthem?
Don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to say two statements that are completely nothing to do with each other. One, I'm not very much looking forward to Anthem, to be honest with you.
Right.
At all.
Oh, this is the BioWare game, Anthem.
This is the BioWare Anthem game. And this is... have I told you that I actually got invited? But I'm not allowed to tell you anything about it. The alpha for Anthem.
You played that?
Yeah, but don't ask me about it because I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, because there's an NDA and stuff.
What about you? What do you think of Anthem?
I did not play the early access thing, so I can say whatever I wanted. I didn't agree.
Are under NDA.
I didn't agree to shit, and I'm not really okay. I've said this in a podcast that we've recorded very recently that I think BioWare still has the potential to make a huge game.
Yeah. Dragonfall.
They're not out of the game yet, are they?
Dragon Age 4 teaser.
Yeah.
They're not done yet.
They're still busy. They're still making stuff. But there's these EA studios, man, that I just used to love, like DICE. I used to absolutely love
I think DICE has still got it.
I strongly disagree.
Really? Battlefield 5 I had a good time with.
What's so weird about DICE is, and I'm sure you'll both agree at this point, DICE, you can clearly see the good bits DICE have done, but you can see that their technology has been wielded for... DICE at Otacon. Do you know what I mean? He's still got it. Has Otacon not got it? No.
Otacon off of
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, and EA are trying to get him to make a Metal Gear Rex, innit? Yeah. But it's not ever happening.
Well, okay. Well, all I'm saying is DICE, right? I used to think they were like untouchably
impeccable,
the best multiplayer. Yeah. Like when it comes to making multiplayer games, they know exactly what they're doing. I still think there's a lot of people there who do, but I just there's so many. Every Battlefield game that comes out now, it just feels less and less. Kind of, I don't know. It just feels less
of an event.
Yeah,
when it used to be mark your calendars, boys.
Yeah,
DICE are making
I feel
a game.
less and less enthralled by it, and the campaigns are just weaker and weaker every time. Okay, but that's kind of tangential. Anthem is a BioWare game. I still think BioWare, like DICE, I used to love everything. BioWare made literally a couple of my favourite games of all time. But I don't know if Anthem is going to be one that... I'm not... It's very difficult to say what I feel because of agreements that some of us may have...
Well, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
I'm just not allowed to react to it.
I'm just not looking... I'm personally not convinced that Anthem is going to be great. I'm not... Okay, this is the best way of putting it, right? As a huge fan of Destiny and BioWare games of old, I am not convinced that Anthem is going to be the BioWare take on Destiny that I was kind of hoping it would be. Yeah, that's coming out in February, and that's a very early, big, whatever I think is a big early AAA release, Western kind of game. Metro Exodus is arriving exactly the same day.
Yeah,
very different games.
Yeah, exactly. But two big AAA titles arriving on the same day in February gives you a sense of how packed it is. Mm-hmm. Metro Exodus. I'm kind of...
Yeah. Again, and I know this is going to be propping up a lot for people that maybe you guys have just found us so you don't know about us and what we did before, what we have done or whatever, but we went to this thing called EGX, and just to preface, a lot of these games we've already played, including this.
Yeah, Metro Exodus.
Quite a lengthy demo as well.
It was a good chunky demo, yeah, but it gave me... It was like technically not brilliant, but I mean,
you could tell it was a bit rough, graphically and stuff like that.
But it definitely wasn't the worst. Like I've played much worse demos at EGX that were running at like absolute trash. I remember playing Far Cry 5 before that came out, and that was Jesus.
We actually went back and played it because the first time we played it, it was utterly broken.
Yeah, but it was a horror show the first time we played it, wasn't it? So anyway, Metro Exodus is a big demo, and it gave me, and I'm as a fan of the previous Metro games, a big fan of the previous Metro games. It does something pretty interesting with the post-apocalypse thing, I think, and it uses original source material, and it's based on, it's kind of like the Lord of the Rings. Like they said, Lord of the Rings, like the tip of the iceberg, and there's this whole thing of lore beneath it, and that's how it's so rich. It's the same kind of feeling I get from Metro. I feel like that walking through areas and stuff, I feel like there's more going on than you can actually see on the surface, which is a great sense to get from a game. Metro Exodus it gives you a sense of freedom as a Metro player that you haven't had before, because you've been in tunnels all the time, and even when you're outside, you feel like oppressed by all these creatures that are in the air and stuff, and it feels like a big moment when you're outside, and you don't want to stay there very long.
And it's not open world Exodus. It's like it just
open areas. Isn't it?
Open areas, not open world.
Yeah.
But I had a good time with that. EGX, that was fun. I'm looking forward to it.
So that's going to be PC, PS4, and Xbox One. That's a big one for me, and that's probably the second one of the year that I'm like, I want to get my hands on that. Previously in February, that I haven't mentioned though, we've also got Dead or Alive 6.
If you're into your fighting games,
Far Cry New Dawn, Crackdown 3.
I'm cautiously optimistic about Crackdown 3. Crackdown 1 I really liked. Crackdown 2 wasn't too hot on.
Yeah.
But Crackdown was that about 20 years ago.
Oh, when was it? Like 2012? Crackdown
I think it was
2?
1875 it was.
Probably, yeah. But this one's got Terry Crews in it. And who doesn't like Terry Crews?
Yeah, which is like generally...
It's like the most energetic man on the planet.
It's like +5 when it comes to review scores. Whatever the review of the game is, it's like +5. It's got Terry Crews in it.
Yeah. So I'm optimistic about that, because and the more I've seen of it, the more I'm like, do
you know what?
Okay.
I think I will quietly accompany you in feeling that. I think I've not really had much to think about Crackdown, because it's been delayed so many times, and it's been and
bit of a rough patch.
Yeah, and it seems like it's really changed in scope from what it was meant to be originally to what it's going to be now. Far Cry New Dawn is the other one I mentioned there as well. So that's the Far Cry 5
semi-sequel.
Yeah, it's like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood to Assassin's Creed 2, isn't it? It's like the same. It's a spin-off,
but not like a
sequel
title. Yeah,
it's not Far Cry 6, is it? So same setting, but it'll be different. It'll all be different. So that's January and February, like a strong,
very
strong start for me. Then the big one, I guess, the big one in the first half of the year. What am I going to say?
Well, I think I know what you're going to say. Sekiro.
I was going to say Total War.
Total War 3 Kingdoms.
Oh,
baby!
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
Total War Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, Total War 3 Kingdoms set in the what's it? The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which
very
is
famous book, novel. Novel.
That's been gamed the fuck out of.
Lu Bu is in it. Everyone knows Lu Bu.
Yeah. It's like mythology, isn't
Sao.
it? Just kind of that's
Major
just characters.
cousin. It's fucking for the Dragon Ball Z fans out there, yeah.
Right.
All 4 of them.
So that's happening in March.
We've played that as well.
Yeah, which I just thought
I
it was...
didn't play it. I watched Mike play it.
The graphical style was a little bit different than the others, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it's changed to a bit like a bit more cartoony, kind of.
It felt like a natural kind of. It felt very immediately familiar to like if you've played Warhammer. It feels like pretty close, but obviously the settings changed and stuff, and I don't know. It felt pretty good to play, and I really like the new general system where you break up your army. Is broken up into like one of your generals has got like some spearmen, some whatever, and one of them's got like all the cavalry, and one of them's got like is in charge of the archers and stuff, and then your generals are like they've gone down the heroic route.
That's it. So you're focusing on individuals rather than
and some are commanders that give a great boost to your soldiers, and some are like combat individual one-on-one fighters and stuff. It's got all the hallmarks of a good sort of war game. It just comes down to the release, because Creative Assembly are one of my favourite studios, because they make one of my favourite series and still do. But I think like they have like dropped the ball, like with Rome Total War 2 and stuff like that in the past, where there's just been huge releases that they've just released in a bad state. So it comes down to I think it just comes down to the launch state. I've got no doubt that it'll be a great Total War game at some point. It's just whether or not that's on the day one or 2 years down the line. Because that's what
incredibly frustrating to say these days, isn't it? But more often than not.
But one I'm looking forward to. And then again, it's another really busy month. Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah, I think probably my second most anticipated game of the year.
Yeah.
So good. Big Devil May Cry fan. Really looking forward to it.
Then we got the Division 2 as well, which I don't know, again...
I quite fancy it. This isn't my thing, isn't it?
Another thing, we had to go at EGX.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing it.
And this is the problem, because you've got Anthem, and then this doing basically the same thing.
Very similar structure.
Yeah. And this is the one that, as a fan of the Division 1 especially, but even you guys, you guys are pretty interested. Liam, you played the Division, you hammered it, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I probably played for Division 1, not as they wanted me to.
Yeah.
Because I played it almost marathon style.
Yeah.
Whereas it's the type of game you're probably meant to pick up for an hour or two a day.
Yeah, which is how I played it. I played it on weekends, on a Saturday morning every week for months, and that was perfect. But then you didn't really get into the
No,
first
I played
one.
the beta of the first one pre-release. It didn't live up to what I expected. It's probably my fault, not theirs. And then I think after the fact, I played it at someone's house, and I think it might have been my brother's house, but I played it after the fact anyway, after the fix, and I was just a little bit too far gone, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I played this one with very, very low expectations, which
fancied it.
Yeah, it blew me away. I
cool.
enjoyed it. But then again, I was playing a game with my friends, so it might have just been that.
But
me and Liam have a nice time when we played Fallout 76, famously.
Look how that turned out.
There we go. But me and Liam had a nice time playing it, and I feel like we could have had fun on any game, really.
And it's that sort of thing though, where it's like, if you played it, you play anything co-op, then it's fun. But it's about like how well it facilitates that and how well it keeps you coming back. And if Destiny is like, you could look at Destiny and say, it's so boring. It's just the same headshots. It's just like grinding and stuff all the time. It was like, but it makes it so palatable, and you drop in every so often with your friends to play it. Suddenly you've got a game that you're visiting every single week or something, or at least you're just dipping into it to check off a checklist. And this feels like a good candidate for that anyway. And the real business, the real reason we're all here talking about games is Sekiro.
Well, I
Shadows
think so.
Die
Yeah,
Twice.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From Software.
Kings.
No one does a game like them.
No.
Probably the best game developers for this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'd argue they've made the most important RPG series of the decade.
And the greatest game of all time.
And the greatest game of all time, yeah. I mean,
Metal Gear Solid.
yeah. Did you know that? No, but for real, Dark Souls.
Imagine they made that.
That'd
be decent.
Yeah. They made Tenchu though, and that's one of my favourites.
They can do stealth. Yeah. They've done it before.
They done it.
Can they
First 3D stealth game, Tenchu. They did it. So
how they do guns on it? Have they done that? Anyway, that's not.
Well, this is Sekiro, right? And
they have actually. They've got that mech Metal Wolf Chaos. We play as the president in a mech.
Pretty dope.
Yep, they made that game.
Yeah,
which is getting a HD
pitch.
It's getting a HD remaster from Devolver Digital.
All right. Okay.
Honestly, I think everybody that's into this culture, I guess you'd call it, whatever, you've heard of this game called Dark Souls. You've heard of Bloodborne. Do you know what I mean? If you listen to this fucking podcast, you've heard of Bloodborne. Yeah. But anyway, so they're the boys, okay? And they have famously said, that's it, we're done with Dark Souls. We're done. Not with Bloodborne, mind, but with Dark Souls. And the people want a game like that again because it's just so addictive. And Nioh is someone else trying to do it. They've done a good job, fair dues. Mm-hmm. Bloodborne, obviously, is from Software as well. But now they're doing this one. And it's the Tenchu version of a Dark Souls game. It was going to be a Tenchu apparently originally, but so a lot of the personalities that worked on Tenchu have left because it was 20 years ago and they wanted to keep that respect. Anyway, it's a fucking ninja game, stealthy ninja game that's like Dark Souls by the people that make Dark Souls, and it is going to be the slickest fucking shit ever.
I think if we all had to agree on it on a single game that that if we all had to agree on it, I'm saying, would this be our most anticipated?
Ooh, I can't
Probably
remember
not,
what's
because
out
I've
for-
already said Resident Evil 2 is
No,
my
no.
most
If we all had to,
as a collective.
as a collective.
if we had to find middle ground on one game,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Potentially,
possibly, yeah.
As a channel, like this would be our.
Unless, I'd argue very.
Because it's not my top one, but it probably would.
It might be my top one, And you think about all I've got to say for you guys, if you're not that well versed in it, is aren't you sick, of people talking about Dark Souls? Aren't you? And aren't you sick?
Do you want to be sick of something else?
No. Aren't you sick of people talking about Bloodborne? Yeah. Well, get ready for this one because you're going to be fucking sick of this soon. There'll be years and years and years of people talking about this game. It's going to be some weird cult thing like Bloodborne and Dark Souls.
True story.
And not many games can do that these days. And so I reckon this one is going to be a smasher. And if they can do some nice, geography, like I says, bit of cliff top, bit of mountain stuff. And this is going to be the one.
I think this is good. Looking at that as the first 3 months of the year, that's pretty incredible.
Which is famously, March has had a lot of good games lately, but January and February are quite famously quiet until Capcom stirred the pot, and now we're looking at a lot of heavy loading. I'm trying to think what's out in the last half.
Maybe it's got more to do as well with like the way we spend and stuff. Maybe people are
have
more
Christmas money.
Yeah, and maybe people are more concerned with getting games on day one than they were. Maybe they would have waited 10, 15 years ago for a Christmas game, but now you just can't wait. Like you've got to have it the day it's out, and the conversation moves on so quickly online. That
Especially
you feel
like
irrelevant.
digital storefronts, you can have it like almost instant.
Yeah,
like
preload it so it's already on your hard drive.
You can have it like as soon as you hit buy, it's on your system, ready to go. Near enough.
It's a tough one to pick an absolute most anticipated for me, but it's between Total War, 'cause I'm a boring bastard. Resident Evil 2 remake, I am looking forward to.
Yeah, no, for real. Like Resident Evil 7 was a really good time.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But it's not... They're doing something different with it. Different enough.
They're adding some things to it.
Yeah, I was talking about, Crash Team Racing, which is also coming out in 2019, and how like, it's so safe. I think what they've done with Resident Evil 2 isn't safe, because I reckon people could backlash if it's shit, and if they fuck up a classic. Yeah, they're not doing it like beat for beat, like they're changing it up. They're in a different engine. They're doing it with a different camera style.
Yeah.
So there is artistic license being used to retell the story, which a lot of people, because as time goes on, there's people joining the gaming scene. There's gamers that didn't play the first two Resident Evils, and when you hear what you say, Mike, is like required reading sort of stuff. When people say, what Resident Evil game should I play? What do people say? 4.
Yeah.
4, and that's it. So people might not have played, and the first one's been remade, redone, remastered.
It's on a lot of platforms. Yeah. You're right.
So the second one is probably been missed by a lot of younger people, and a lot of people like Liam. Oh, it's dead good, blah, blah, blah. It's not how he sounds, but And then they're going to finally see it. And I reckon that this has got... Yeah, I loved Resident Evil 7 at the time, and I think I'm going to love this one.
Yeah.
There's loads of good shit coming out next year, apparently, that doesn't have a release date, so...
No, there's tons of stuff. But I think I'm going to go for it. I think I'm going to say Sekiro is my most anticipated.
It's mine. It's the only one I'm going to... I might even pre-order it, because I want it day one. And I know I can count it from software. Well, I've got no... at all.
If you're going to make my favourite game of all time, I've got, I feel like...
Enough said, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How
They've earned your trust.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, you've kind of seen a bit of what Sekiro's going to offer.
Yeah, I've seen a lot, actually.
Yeah, they've had loads of gameplay demos.
I've watched it, and of the the gaming YouTube that I watch...
which isn't much.
Admittedly. No, it really isn't. But like the one, Varty Vidya and stuff. I know he's quite controversial for some reason with the community because he says things that other people have said before us. I don't know why that's controversial.
I think it's a bit of plagiarism, accusation.
Alleged.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, try working in news, mate, if you're going to get into plagiarism. Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
so it's just that, it's really interesting to think about what these games are and stuff because the way the stories are, and I anticipate that this is going to be kind of the same, where it's not going to be like cutscene, or like written text of like this is what the level is, here's what you're doing, here's who this is.
Yeah,
I anticipate that they've found such a nice way of telling a story now, such a great, uniquely video gamey way of telling stories through item descriptions, what little lines that characters say,
and harnessing Australians.
I feel like that this is going to have that real sense of like mystery and like really wanting to know what is going on
with a gameplay loop that's going to be vicious, and faster than ever. And Bloodborne was promised to be faster
pretty fast.
Yeah. And this is supposed to be even more reflex heavy, and it's got that sort of quote unquote hardcore game loop, and it's that thing that people want that experience again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a phenomenon.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
So there's a ton of games as well that just do not have release dates, but I'm trying to look at one that kind of leaps out at me, and there aren't any really beyond what's already been penciled in.
There's quite a lot that's not on here that I know off the top of my head. Would you like me to just take two?
Please.
Go on, yeah.
The Last Night, which was originally...
Oh, yeah, that cyberpunky one.
Yeah, it's like a 2.5D, they called it. A bit wanky.
Oh, yeah, I remember
it's
this.
It's like an interesting looking, like... I don't think it's a pure, like...
Like indie
platform.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be that sort of inside limbo sort of... I don't know, telling the story through the background, and there's not going to be much talking. There's going to be a lot of shooting, and there's going to be a lot of neon. And rain, and blood, and I like that. I like that idea as a whole. So... let's get it. That looks nice as well graphically. The Last Night seems interesting. But there's another game that I'm really interested in called Ooblets, yeah? Heard of that?
No. Oh, yeah. The little Pokemon-looking one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's cool.
It was announced for this year, but it's not come out because they changed the battle style to dancing. If you don't know what I'm on about, yeah, just don't bother Googling it. Just take my word for it, alright? Ooblets looks great, and if anyone is also excited for Ooblets, then you'll know what I'm on about, and you'll know why exactly, because... I don't know, there's something, you can kind of tell when an indie game's going to be special ahead of time. There's like Chucklefish, obviously, distribute and publish quite a lot of indie games, which you would argue, is that independent at this point? Because anyway, but they've got this nice looking Stardew Valley-esque, like fucking Hogwarts thing. What's it called? Spellbound.
Oh, yeah.
Starbound
is the thing that it's like, isn't it? But spells.
Yes, Spellbound. Right? Yeah, that's it.
It's set in a wizarding school.
Yeah, and it's made by this, as far as I know, Starbound devs.
Yeah, and Starbound kind of and that's the thing. And they were saying it's not from the you pointed this out at the time. I think it's instead of saying from the devs of Starbound, it said from the publishers of
Stardew Valley. Yeah, exactly.
That matters,
Yeah, and then you saw that style, and then there'll be people that won't be that. Owned in. They'll think that that's the next Stardew Valley, but with a bit of fucking light wizardry.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot to look forward to. Is there anything that you're worried about?
I don't worry about anything because I know that there's lots of nice games about. So if I don't like a game, nothing. I don't have anything negative. Well, I've got loads of negative stuff to say, but it's not gonna be like.
You just happen to be under NDAs.
I didn't say that. Okay, but
Your Honour.
Please, EA. Let me tell you something. There's a game that I'm anticipating heavily, and it's Animal Crossing on the Switch.
Okay.
But Nintendo have decided, we're going to learn to monetize, yeah? We're going to be clever. We're going to monetize things. They got Switch Online these days. The last Animal Crossing game that was released, I guess officially, was this Pocket Camp. Horrible microtransactions, which makes so much sense for the style of game, though. It does, because the whole game is about crawling out of debt. So, the fact that there's a Switch game, but there's online, I know that Nintendo aren't averse to monetization. I don't want to be a guy crying about potential microtransactions and loot boxes, but you know what? That with a Nintendo game, I don't have to fucking worry about... Listen, I play Mario Odyssey, yeah? I don't have to worry about buy this hat that will make you breathe fire for fucking 10
That's what
Mushroom
it is,
Kingdom
isn't it?
head gems. Don't have to worry about that, do I?
Yeah.
But if I have to worry about that in Animal Crossing, it'll really take away what makes, to me, Nintendo.
Yeah.
No, I want to just get their product and that's it. If I want to buy an extra...
It's intensely boring, isn't it? Like the whole fucking loot boxing, all the currencies and shit. Whenever I see more than one set of numbers right next to each other now, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I just can't be bothered with any of it. I don't want and it's in EA games, it's in Battlefield 5, it's in like that, the overlay of the menu is just not enjoyable because it's that you're not just looking at the game, you're also looking at a storefront. And that's like...
When you level up 3 different XP bars at once, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Why have I got a Javelin experience, a regular experience, and a Platoon experience? Fuck off.
Yeah.
And so, when I get a Nintendo game, what I love the most about a first-party Nintendo game is that's me, mate. Pokemon Let's Go. Got it for Christmas. I know that's just me in the game.
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. You unlock everything through the game. Animal Crossing might be the change in that, and that's the only thing that's got me like.
They're slowly going in that direction.
Yeah, and what a perfect starting point.
Yeah.
A game about crawling out of debt, with the last game in its IP having that in, being one of Nintendo's first party games on mobile with a monetization method like that. That is the only thing that will, and because what that'll do will turn a really anticipated game into I'm not going to buy it game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Other than that, and a Division 2 actually being shit. Not just me thinking it's going to be good. Other than that, I'm good.
I've got a good feeling about Division 2.
Yeah, Ubisoft are free from Vivendi's grasp if you're interested in the industry news bit. And I think that they've got a nice, bright future ahead. They've got a couple of games coming up next year. Not that many of them seem interesting.
Yeah.
Not
probably going to have microtransactions, but
Skull and Bones and that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the pirate.
Probably
one.
a new Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, Liam, is there anything that you're apprehensive about for next year?
I don't know really. Usually, I'm quite optimistic about everything, even if on paper it looks quite shit.
The worst that I've heard you talk about a game is usually like, but It was acceptable.
Yeah.
It was almost all right.
No, it was.
I'm just not very-
serviceable.
Serviceable, yeah.
And that's Billy Bridger. Billy Bridger
Yeah,
was
true.
serviceable.
Yeah.
But that's because I got the comedy value of that campaign.
No, Okay.
So
yeah,
even though it was quite bad,
It's
but
a
I still
fantastic
enjoyed
outlook.
it.
It's a
'cause of-
fantastic outlook on life, man.
Yeah, I don't know really.
All right, I'll tell you a couple of things I got my eyes on, and they both happen to be coming out in April. Mortal Kombat 11, based on that trailer.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
as
I might have one.
go on.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is
Alright,
that Castlevania
Castlevania.
Symphony of the Night that's not Symphony of the
Yeah.
Night, but made by the same guy who made Symphony of the Night. It was a Kickstarter game, and it's been in development for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And usually when a game, like an indie game like that,
Yeah.
takes so long to come out, it's just a bit like, not sure.
Yeah.
But even then, the last few gameplay videos look a lot better than the first gameplay demo
Okay.
they released, which didn't look too hot.
Yeah.
But it looks a bit better now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. See, again, even then, I'm not like
Yeah, exactly.
outwardly worried about it.
Mine's 100%, Mortal Kombat 11. As a fan of Mortal Kombat games, historically, it's just been my fighting game series. I think this is.
Oh, actually, I have got
know.
one. No, I'll let you finish first.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I've got
Be
another one.
rude.
I've got another one as well in the same month, which I'm not worried about because I'm not interested in it. I just think it's not going to be good. Days Gone.
That's what I was going to say. That one I have no interest
I've
in.
just not ever once thought this looks like a great game. I will say the guy did one of them 100 questions thing
with Game Informer.
Yeah, and he seemed like a nice dude, and he seemed like he was coming from a good place, making the game and stuff, and it didn't but it just doesn't tick any boxes for me at all. And I'm not saying I personally will have distaste for it. I just don't think it. I predict that it's not going to review very well.
I think it'll be a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
maybe a 6.
It'll be. I think it'll be
It's been delayed again.
been delayed a couple of times. Yeah,
And again,
Yeah.
and again.
It was announced quite a while ago as well.
And
Wasn't
it was announced for. I think it was announced for a 2018 release date.
It's just
Push back. Release for early 2019. Push back again. I think it's out June now.
Yeah.
I don't think this has been updated.
And
It's April stuff.
it's just
been
that-
pushed back again. It's been shown off so much. Remember last year?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, this year, 2018. I think. Game Informer. Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
like,
they did. They blew the lid off it for a whole month or
It was
whatever.
3 hours of gameplay. If you're
Yeah.
showing off 3 hours of your game, a year in advance, I don't know what I'm saying this year. You don't have to listen to me, but it's like it doesn't scream confidence.
No.
And Sony normally are quite quietly confident with their shit, and then they put it out. And when I say quietly confident, I mean
It feels
they don't
like-
show you off loads. They don't show you 3 hours of it a year in advance, do they?
It's good. It's definitely good when they show you their game in action. That is confident. But when they're showing you so much of it, it feels like they have to try and win you over.
That's what it feels.
They're
It feels like a
trying to
please
convince
buy
you.
me.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It feels like, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way of what's like a mild desperation. Do you know what I mean? Like they're really trying to get your
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
Whereas normally Sony don't need to say anything. Sony could literally graffiti a giant dick on a wall and write on that dick
Horizon
on the wall
2.
From Software and then the release date of Sekiro, and people would be like, I must get it.
Yeah, best marketing ever.
Yeah, exactly. Because they don't need to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But with this, it's a bit like they've had to push it, and now they're pushing it to like well into the financial year as well.
If you look at Horizon Zero Dawn, which is like on paper complete, and even in gameplay, it's like so familiar, like third person, open world, climbing, shooting, melee combat.
Yeah.
Challenges, tomb dungeon things to explore. There's so many familiar things. However, the setting and the sci-fi thing and the robot dinosaurs, and it's just like weird and interesting enough to keep you. How many games have you taken down robot dinosaurs with a bow and arrow? Well, none really. So
To rock.
Yes.
traps and shit, and
But
like,
that was a long time ago.
you're setting traps. You're herding them and doing all kinds of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But in this, it's that stuff. It's open world stuff, but zombies. Well, we've had that so
Yeah.
many times.
For me, it's just I'm not fond on the World War Z style, tidal wave of zombie type thing. I'm just not into that.
Well, they're not zombies, they're freakers.
Sorry, freakers.
Yeah, and
Remember that? Remember that was part of it,
He
wasn't
was
it?
so sensitive
Yeah.
about it. He's like, "Oh, it's freakers,
Yeah.
they're freakers," and it's like
But
that's
yeah,
not going to win people
It's just
over.
like the throwing hordes and hordes at you that are like Yeah, I don't know why.
But
It makes them feel so insignificant. That
I think that's actually like they've got they know that they're another zombie game. You've got to do something different, and that's one way of make it a wave, I guess.
Yeah.
So in gameplay terms,
But
you are doing the
there
robot
is an
dinosaur
actual
thing,
World War Z game coming out as well,
right?
which is like Left 4 Dead style with the
And that'll
fluid
have-
zombie horde type things.
Yeah. And that, but it's just and it being a biker thing and stuff. I don't know. It's just not. This is one game that I'm like, ooh.
If it reviews well, I might give it a go.
Yeah.
But I have no immediate plans to play it.
Yeah.
Can I give you guys 3 T's and then you show me on the thumbs upometer, which I will audio describe for the people listening.
Okay.
What we think is going to happen with these games.
Okay.
Town, the game, work in progress. That's 2 thumbs up. Twin Mirror, that's the Don't Nod game, produced by Bandai Namco. It's episodic. It's got a quote-unquote mind palace in it, and it looks a little bit woke.
Not for me, that.
That's 2. Oh, that's 1 thumb down and 1 middle
This
thumb.
is personal. This is
Purely
just-
because Don't Nod are quite good at storytelling. So I'm not sure how it
Reminder
could go.
though, that is as negative as Liam gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Liam could go off on this now. No, we'll see.
Maybe like a diagonal, not
Yeah.
quite.
And I'm not going to lie, yeah, this is a game that secretly I'm anticipating. And you know my history with this series, yeah?
Go.
Hang on a sec. 2 Worlds 3.
Is that happening?
Yeah, next year.
I mean, I've never...
No thumb. Complete bafflement. That's all I've got
I'm
for
in
you.
the same camp,
Two Worlds 3 is happening.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it is as well.
I'm not lying, am I?
I cannot believe this.
I've never played a Two Worlds game, so I have
first
no...
one cracking, honestly.
I have no opinion.
You click on the Two Worlds 2 link. It's Two Worlds 3 link. It's
remember the
Two
other
Worlds 2.
day? Remember last week or something?
It says developer unknown.
Remember last week, yeah? I showed you that,
Oh, no,
that acting, that
consoles
voice
unknown.
acting from Two Worlds, and it was like, Horrick!
Yeah.
The man has come. That's all you need to know in it. That's all you need to know.
Apparently, Two Worlds
That
3...
sounded like some very bad
Apparently,
dirty
it was
talk.
announced in 2016. Two Worlds
Really?
3.
Yeah,
it was
so
announced
get with
in
the
March
program, you
2016.
Hark the man has
Oh,
Is,
dear.
Throw away Game of Thrones sex scene dialogue.
Yeah. Jon Snow. Jon Snow's giving it a hark.
Yeah.
All right, Two Worlds 3. Yeah, you click on the upcoming games link on Wikipedia, and it takes you to Two Worlds 2. So there's not even a page for it.
Listen, don't give up hope, okay? It's happening.
Yeah.
There's a couple of games that are around Star Wars, yeah? You guys like Star Wars?
Yeah,
What
there's
about
that-
yeah.
What about this Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah, from the guys who made Titanfall, right? I
Yeah,
think.
Respawn.
Yeah, but we don't
Bloody
know
good
anything
studio.
about it apart from when they announced it. They literally went to the head of a studio in the audience at the EA Play conference.
Oh, yeah.
Just said, "You're working on a game. What is it?" And he's like, "Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order." And they're like, "Cool."
Yeah.
Back to the stage.
So,
and that was it.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it?
I'm up for
They
it.
did.
like-
They literally didn't even have like a logo to show
Fallen
off.
Order, though, what's that? What could that be? Jedi Order
think
or Order?
They said they gave some brief details on it, and I think they said it was set in between episode 6 and 7.
Okay. Yeah, so the Empire is the Fallen Order, I guess, or
Oh no, it might have been 3 to 4. I don't know.
everything's set between 3 and 4. It's like, oh yeah, it's between episode 3 and episode. It's like, yeah, everything is.
Let's have
What
a
about
look.
between 4 and 5? Like, try that. It's like anyway. That's
Well, actually, yeah, it has to be between 3 and 4, doesn't it? Because the Jedi Order didn't exist between 6 and 7.
yeah. So okay, so those are what we're looking forward to. A couple of things that we're maybe a little bit hesitant, skeptical of, slightly maybe. What are your big predictions to close off the podcast?
Oh, okay.
Have you got any?
Yes.
Can you predict any headlines?
Yeah,
any,
okay.
anything?
Yes, all right.
I think it's
Okay. Halo Infinite
yeah,
will be announced as a Destiny killer,
yeah.
and people will go mad for it. Lovely, like they'll want it.
All right.
There'll be a Destiny
It's like
game.
going full circle, really.
Yeah, there'll be a Destiny game, but it's going to be called Halo Infinite. Yeah, that's not a prediction because we know that Halo Infinite is going to be called that, but that'll be
Yeah,
Destiny like, and
yeah.
people will fucking go nuts for it.
Yeah.
I reckon Sea of Thieves will continue to push out releases that are insubstantial, and Rare will put out a platformer or announce a platformer by the end of the year. Sounds mental, but just wait for it, okay?
I think we'll get.
I reckon maybe a comeback of Perfect Dark, you know.
Okay.
from
Okay,
Rare.
so Rare. So you're saying Rare going to put out a shooter?
Yeah,
I'm saying they're going to
maybe.
put out a platformer because whatever they're going to put out, it's not going to be Sea of Thieves again, is it? Let's face it. Yeah, no more of that, please. You fucking.
It took them so long to make that though.
The impossible dream for Rare is Conquer Bad Fur Day 2. But that'll never happen. So.
Is that what you? Well, that's what you'd like to see.
That's
or?
like my impossible dream level of.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you can't have ukulele being the fucking one, can you? Just.
I like ukulele.
Yeah, no, but
I
it's not
liked
the
it.
one. So you need to make the one again, and don't be fucking around with Sea of Thieves. That's what I want from Rare.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not what I want. That's what I predict. Are we going to see the next gen of consoles announced this year? Yes.
Yes.
Very, very,
100%.
very likely.
I reckon we're going to see it.
At
Nintendo
least-
aren't. Nintendo are going to be kicking back, chilling.
Let me tell you what though.
I reckon around May-ish.
At least PlayStation. Not so convinced about Xbox.
Because
Oh,
Xbox
possibly.
the Xbox One X is apparently doing really well.
Yeah.
In like sales.
Yeah. So I'm not entirely convinced, and they're so focused on making it good.
Yeah.
And they're requiring all these studios, which those studios might be for Xbox
What?
too.
The thing Xbox have been talking about that like all their games will work on consoles going forward and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So instead, more like the smartphone type model where
Yeah.
you just get better hardware, but all your apps still work and stuff like that.
Xbox related,
Xbox One.
Fable,
That's a safe bet, I think.
which is
From Playground Games.
because So the Playground Games are the car
Forza
racing
Horizon
people.
guys, yeah.
However, they have been kind of repurposed a little bit.
They opened a second studio, yeah.
And Microsoft has obviously got plans, and if they've got any brains, they'll get Peter Molyneux in there, innit?
Listen, if Peter Molyneux comes back,
What happens
I will go fucking mad.
What happened to Peter Molyneux talking up? He was talking up a
22.
game.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Him in his indie studio.
What's it called? Legacy or something?
Yeah, and he was like, and he
That.
did the old Peter Molyneux thing of, I can't talk about it, but it'll be mind
Yeah.
blowing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, forget. Like,
I don't want to say too much, but it will be absolutely the
Forget
most wonderful game you've ever
fucking
played.
yes. Peter Molyneux comeback is not only the only thing I predict. It's not only it was what you predicted first of all.
Yeah.
It's anything I give a fuck about. Now, I don't care about any of the games. Peter Molyneux comes back.
Ignore everything I just said.
That is it. Peter Molyneux coming back is the wildest shout of 2019. If that happens,
Yeah.
Do you
that's
reckon he'll be on like Microsoft stage or something?
if Peter Molyneux comes back, I will buy a T-shirt of Peter Molyneux's face in it and wear it.
I'm surprised we haven't already done that, actually.
I-
Maybe we should do that. as
I
a
feel
little
like
treat
he would do
for-
that anyway.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is the dream. Get Peter back, man. Honestly, he's the best developer going.
Bring Peter
He's
back.
a sick man. Listen,
Right, like,
Hashtag
before
save
I
Peter.
know you're already typing. You're like, oh, don't forget everything he did. Just.
I know.
Just
No, listen, I know
chill
that,
out.
and I've written it off because he's so sick. Peter Molyneux
You hear that?
is
He's writ it off.
right. So it's Peter Molyneux coming back is got to be the one, right? And if Rare want to just make Viva Pinata again or something, do that.
Oh, don't even. Yeah.
I have.
Do you know what? Just give me Viva Pinata again.
This
but-
is the. You know what? In short, yeah. No matter what all of you just said, this is what I think. Then I'm going to use this, harness it, learn from it. This is it. By the end of 2019, all of you lot listening, well, most of you lot, and us, will all want, if we don't already have one, an Xbox. For some reason or another,
Okay.
they are going to work so hard, and Phil Spencer's already been working hard. But they've acquired all these game studios, boys. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to do something. That's one by one going to get us all going. Yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
They're going to have a new Fable. They're going to have Peter Molyneux. Fucking.
The
just
thing is, with
there,
you and me,
right?
though, all the reasons are the same, basically, aren't they? And Liam's already got an Xbox.
Fable,
Yeah.
Viva Pinata, Skate 3. If
Gears
it's
of War
not any
5 is
others-
coming out in 2019.
Skate 4.
What's that?
Gears of War 5 is coming out in 2019.
Yeah. Oh, that Halo one actually
yeah.
looks like a banger.
Gears
Gears
4 was good.
I'm
Not
just
a lot of people
fell
played
off.
it,
Yeah,
sadly.
Xbox will
Me
absolutely
included.
like make some games this year that people go, fuck, I need
Or
an Xbox.
at least announce them, right? At
Yeah.
least, well, that's what I was saying anyway.
Most
Fable.
wanted, yeah. Peter Molyneux come back. Or that new Pokemon, seeing some gameplay of that.
Mm-hmm.
Next gen Pokemon on a Switch. I said this last year and got laughed off. If Pokemon put out that mainstream thing on a Switch, that's potential to be one of the biggest selling console games ever.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild level big because people have wanted a Pokemon like that on a mainstream console. They've never got one ever. Home console new gen Pokemon, if they get it right and it's not all keys and fucking cotton candy fucking Pokemon shit like that, that'll be the smasher of the year.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is COD
spent all
going
my
to have a campaign this year?
Don't care. No, and neither is Battlefield.
Who's making it
No.
this year?
Well, there isn't going to be a Battlefield. It'll be Battlefront.
Who made it? So Sledgehammer made COD last year. Treyarch made it this year. So it's Infinity Ward again.
Yeah.
I think it will have campaigns.
We'll
this
have a
time.
campaign, you
yeah,
reckon?
because Infinity Ward can make good campaigns.
Yeah.
Which is the thing, because not a lot of people played Infinite Warfare,
No.
and that had one of the best COD campaigns ever.
Right. Strong words. Okay. So that is 2019.
Ooh, one more prediction. Final Fantasy VII Remake release date.
Yes. Fucking yeah.
Not out, just release date.
2021.
Maybe next gen.
That is 2019 in a nutshell. Thank you for listening to Special News for these first few months that we've been doing this. How long have we been doing it for? Since like August or something?
Yeah, whatever.
September?
Yeah.
Been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been a few months, yeah.
We're
Cheers.
sticking around. We're going to work hard next year.
Yeah, so thanks for watching and thanks for listening. Hope you've had a nice Christmas. Hope you have a happy new year. Hope you play loads of games. I'm going to be playing loads of games. I'll have 2 weeks off from work, man. I'll be smashing it.
Nice.
Don't rub it in, mate.
Sorry. Anyway.
Year of the Splash 2019.
Thanks. Yeah. Remember, we didn't do it in this podcast, but if you do have any emails for us, email us at dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. We'll read them out. Give us your thoughts, raise some topics, give us your opinions on stuff. Disagree with us strongly, agree with us strongly. Do whatever you want. Just email dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. We'll read it out and hopefully have some discussion about what you've been saying. Thanks again. Happy New Year.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See you soon.
Bye.